Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're not working on the Corvette, the truck, or the SS. We actually are going to have another welding video. Well, this video is another kind of introduction, to myself, to the channel, to the equipment. But as you guys saw in one of the previous videos, I'll have a link to that video right here, that we picked up this OmniPro 220 multi-function welder. It's a stick, TIG, MIG welder. As with every welder, you need someplace to put it. You really don't want to set it on the floor. You got this cords, the cables, the MIG gun, and in our case, we've got a medium size, I believe that's 90 cubic feet of argon CO2 mix over there. You also have a gas tank. So you're gonna want to put this on something to make it more maneuverable and so you can take it around your shop. So Harbor Freight sells a decent amount of welding carts, and I actually got one of these as a Christmas gift this past year, and so we've been sitting on this for a while. So, in anticipation of buying this welder, I asked for the cart, got the cart as a gift, and let's reveal what we got. So, as you guys can see, we got the very basic 100-pound capacity welding cart from Harbor Freight. This is the Chicago Electric brand, and the item number is 69340, and they've got their old horrible Chicago Electric MIG welder on there. So you guys are going to be in a little treat for this. You guys might be wondering, well, why did you buy the cheap cart or ask for the cheap cart? Well, I saw one guy on Facebook, and he was able to get this cart to work with the OmniPro 220. And all it took was one real simple and easy trick. And let's get this thing unboxed and we'll show you what the trick is. Alright guys, I'm not expecting any super quality from this kit. I mean, it is the cheap option of the Harbor Freight welding carts. And I think the retail price on one of these is only less than 50 bucks. I think it might be $40, something like that. So, nothing, my expectations are low, just to be honest. Guys, this stuff's all powder coated, which isn't bad. There are just some scratches on a few of the pieces. Try to hold this up. That is not dirt. That is actually kind of some crap in the powder coated. They're very light scratches. It's not down to the metal or anything, so it's not rusting out. So that is the bottom. And go ahead and get started on assembling this. Alright guys, so we have our bottom bracket. We slid the axle through, and it's time to mount the these awesome 6x1.5 inch rims, man. These are pretty fly. Of course, I hope you know I'm joking. So we're gonna mount them with the flat side out. The protruding side will be going toward the axle. Mount that, put your wheel through, and then there is a washer you put in. The washer goes in. We have a little cotter pin that slides through the back of the axle, and so wheel, washer, cotter pin, and that's about it. And then we're gonna want to bend this because these are just gonna fall off. So alright guys, we got the front wheels mounted, nothing special here, just 4 bolts, 4 nuts on each side. And I actually have a correction from earlier. There's actually another washer that goes behind the tire. So it goes washer, tire, washer, cotter pin. So small correction, I had to redo that for both sides. Not a big deal. So now it's just a matter of getting all of the sides assembled, and we'll go from there. here's the trick to getting the OmniPro mounted to this basic cart. As you guys can see in the instructions, they have the lip facing down. However, what that does is it leaves the outside edge pointed upward, and well, guess what, guys? It's not going to fit that way. So what we're going to have to do is take this tray, flip it upside down, and mount it with the 3 back edges, the sides and back, facing downward, and this will go something along the lines of this. And yeah, so let's get the screws in and we'll get this thing fully assembled. Alright guys, that is the basic assembly of this cart. Obviously, as you guys can see, we need to tighten this thing down. And what I'm going to do is actually start in the back, make sure this is straight, and start at the bottom, work my way up, and get everything tight. Alright guys, here's kind of the finished product with the welder sitting on top of the welding cart, and I also do have my tank back here behind it. Yeah, the chains are a little bit loose. Again, this is just for mock-up. But the one thing I did want to show was there is 2 screws here. Here's 1, here's 2. What a guy did was took just a piece of iron, piece of steel, took this screw out, drilled a hole in it, to match that screw, drilled a hole down here in the top tray of the welder, and put, so basically put attachment bar here, attachment bar here. That way the welder was like literally attached to the cart and it wouldn't go anywhere. So that might be something you want to consider. So there you go guys, that's kind of the secret to getting the OmniPro 220 mounted to the basic Harbor Freight welding cart. Flip the top lid, attach a piece of steel or 2. And I looked, there's really nothing here on this side of the cart to screw into. I mean, you might be able to put a piece of steel in here, but you're going to be impacting how this unit closes. So I would not recommend doing it on that side, but obviously you'd be able to use this side of the welder, 2 spots with no issue. So that would be the ultimate secure, way to secure this welder to the cart. So that's basically the Harbor Freight welding cart, with the OmniPro attached to it. Nothing too crazy there. I was going to say this, just make sure you guys use 10mm ratcheting wrenches on both sides, because that's what size it is. 10mm, tighten everything down, and you should be good to go. But like I was saying, the instructions are actually kind of worthless. There's like 2 diagrams. There's no like panel numbers or labels on anything, and like you're basing it off a picture. I had to disassemble this thing like twice before it finally started working properly. So, just you might have to use some caution and some common sense when it comes to putting all the panels in the correct alignment. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you want to know when I upload new content, hit that bell notification button down below. And as always, if you want to help support the channel, also click the buttons down below. Thanks guys, have a great one.